Looks like we are live, so good afternoon, good evening, and good night all at once. I am Dane. I will be the Dungeon Master for the evening. I have some of the best role-playing and dice rolling players here with me tonight, playing a variety of characters that we're going to hear some good and bad things from tonight. First and foremost, we have Megan playing our Fire Ganassi Fighter Barbarian Calcine. She's all the rage, pun intended, in the arenas, as she's well known for her time spent fighting many challengers and typically winning, it seems. And right below her, we have Tim playing Magvaris. Magvaris is our human life cleric to the Lord Perego. He is the high father of all the deities in the realm. Not Magvaris, but Perego.
No, you said it right.
Oh, did I? That's funny. And then we have, below that, we have Max playing Roland. Roland is our half-elven fighter bard who is known for wearing plate mail and flailing people while invisible. Next to him, we have good old Cam playing Jill Sarah Hawk. Somebody who sticks to the shadows, is known for putting arrows through people that cross her and not giving two shits or a flying about it. She's been known to hide most of the time until the time is right to strike. And we have next to her Eric, the newest member of our team. He is playing a gentleman named Gene, who is a younger humanoid with a weird hat and big ears. He was just rescued from prison in one of the Lord's manors. And well, next to him, last but not least, is our never actually a ranger, but once upon a time he thought he was, Mr. Webb of the Winterthorn clan. Webb of the Winterthorn clan is a halfling. He is also a bard, so he's well known for barding it up pretty hard. And we left off last week where everybody was in Summerside, the second largest city in the second largest city in Grenwell, which is one of the continents and countries or countries in the area. And we left off. You guys had just got out of jail and you've been running around town, had some drinks and things. But then what? What's next?
It was the next morning, right?
Yeah, it was.
And Calcine was out the door, running out the door, and Jean had just woken up from having some fits or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, definitely fits.
I made some breakfast churros.
Oh yeah.
Me and Magvaris were getting ready to resurrect my girl.
Jelsar told a couple of them at least what she'd heard at the bar, the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, which was what?
It's a great question.
Oh, the guy's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jelsar remembered that.
Enderstar.
Ender and Star, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I gotta cast this for like an hour. I'm gonna raise the dwarf first.
Yeah, and I'm assisting him. I'm his sous chef, essentially, to this preparation.
Okay.
I don't have any particular plans. I'm probably just gonna hang out at the house.
Okay. I like it. It's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to stay here. You guys are messing it all up.
Jelsar's gonna get some sleep. She's up all night as an old lady in a bar looking at pretty ladies.
And she, oddly enough, took an application. Weird.
Oh, Dane, is there anywhere in this town to buy magic items?
Oh, yeah. They're around for sure. What kind of items? Like, what are you looking for?
Weapons.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. We can start just from the top, though. Let's just work our way around. Megan, are you wanting a minute since you said you needed time, or are you actually good and now you're fine?
Hmm?
Are you good? Like, I know you're here. Like, I didn't know if you actually needed a minute. Or... Okay.
He fell asleep right away, actually, so I was obviously
Long
not
day.
even close to him.
Probably just a long day for our little buddy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, Calcine, if you just want to kick us off, I know you're going to see Von Taran, or you guys can honestly talk amongst each other as to where you want to get things rocking from. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I was gonna go see Von Terran, like, I'm getting there early.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, because he was not there, and his lady at the door said that he would be there first thing in the morning for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going there. You head over there. Obviously, his manner is pretty nice. And you get there, and the same lady answers the door. She says, "Ah, you made it. Glad you're here. Lord Von Taren is finishing his breakfast now. Would you like to join him for some melons and eggs, or have you already eaten?"
I'm not trying to impose. I just need a second to speak with him.
Okay. Then I can lead you right this way. Come on. And she heads into the building. It's a nice, like I said, it's a pretty nice building as far as buildings go. And she takes you in. He's sitting at a pretty plush like couch with a small table that's at it. It's not like a dining table. It's more like a center table, like a coffee table. And he's sitting there. And he's got what looks to be just a bunch of melons and a plate full of eggs. I can hear somebody in the background.
I can hear somebody in the
Somebody's watching
background.
us.
Somebody's
It's like
watching
echoing me
us.
back.
It's like echoing me back.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay.
I don't know why I'm echoing back.
I don't know why I'm echoing back.
Does somebody have the Twitch
Does
stream
somebody
open?
have the Twitch stream open?
No, I just lost video though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
lose
you
video.
did lose video.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you
I
fine.
can hear you fine.
I can't see anybody.
If the video is probably him,
trying to
reset
reset his cam.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's rolling.
Yeah, it was him. All right, he'll be back in a minute.
Look at that. Cut the dead weight. Now we're going. One less place to go shopping, guys. Let's get it.
All right, so Calcine, he's sitting there, and he looks up. He looks up at you. He's as per usual. He's pretty pale. He doesn't look healthy per se, but he's alive. And he is right there with you. And he says, "Ah,
He looks
Calcine, it's
less
been a while."
healthy than normal.
No, I mean he's always looked pretty shitty for the most part, to be honest. Like the guy is not the epitome of health, you know. Just because he's I think he's pretty old for an elf. You're not sure. Like elves and their age is kind of a mystery to you half the time because it's like, are they old? Are they young? Like you can't really tell one from the next, you know. But you're pretty sure he's pretty old.
I don't bother myself with the elves stuff.
Okay.
I know some elves, and that's all I need to know.
Right. You don't give a shit. You're like, well, he's not very healthy. I got it. That's fine. Too bad for him, huh?
I guess I hadn't really thought all this through very well. I'm gonna rush in and be like, "Oh, good, you're here."
I hadn't thought this through.
Very-
Oh, fuck it. I'll run in there.
we have had a very eventful 48 hours, 24 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It's been a minute, and there may be a small problem. But you know people, so I thought maybe you were the person to tell, so you could hear it from us first.
Okay. Well, what's going on, Calcine? Obviously, I thought maybe you'd come here for your winnings. I don't know.
Oh yeah. No, we can get to that later. So Lord Enderstone, is that what we just say?
Endernstar, yeah.
Enderstar?
Endernstar, yeah, but yeah, pretty close.
Endernstar, the big castle down the way. It's kind of the whole thing. Have you ever met the guy? You know anything about him?
Enderstar, no, not really a fan of his. He was always kind of an ass, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Problem is that he's not big fans of us anymore either. We may have gotten arrested for nothing. Literally didn't commit any crimes. And he tried to exile us. And then when we said we weren't leaving, all hell broke loose. And then, unrelated, a dragon burned down his castle. So, not a good look for us. Help?
Yeah. Okay.
The only person I can think of that might have any pull, Zone of Truth us. I don't care. We didn't do anything wrong other than defend ourselves.
Gotcha. So what you're telling me is this Lord Understar, who once again I don't have much affiliation with, as he's not big on gambling, whorehouses, or arenas in general. He always has kind of been a pain in my ass. He locked you guys. He put you in jail, or he arrested you for something, or you say for nothing.
Yeah. What did he find us? Oh, we were trying to stop some dude from going. Gosh, what were we doing? I don't even remember what we were doing. It's been months.
Okay. It's been days, but that's fine.
No, I'm saying it's been months for Megan.
Oh, I know. Okay, I made sure Mr. Voltarian didn't hear what you were saying there. So.
Gosh, what were we trying to do? We were tracking a package of some sort, and this shady guy was trying to go through a magic circle. We just tried to stop him and question him. We literally didn't do anything.
Huh.
So we did capture the, what's his name? I don't know, Railgas.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't like us.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Railgas. I've heard his name a few times. I think he works in kind of the underbelly of the trade unions markets, from last I can understand from what connections I've had with him.
We were investigating some slimy people, and then suddenly we were being threatened to be exiled or arrested.
Well, Lord Enderstar is definitely not the one to cross, as he does hold some power in the city itself. How did you leave it? I mean,
he went through some door. We tried to follow, and then by the time we were able to get out of there, there was a gold dragon burning the place to shit.
Oh, that was you. That was you.
I didn't see. I saw no dragons in there. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about the dragon. I just know that we almost died in there too.
Well, that's interesting to say the least.
Encountered 0 dragons until then.
As your arena supervisor, I would recommend that you make yourself scarce for a while until we can get this figured out. Because, as I said, Lord Enderstar, though he may be kind of a prick, is somewhat well connected.
Somewhat. The Lord of Grinwald is somewhat well connected.
I say that because I too am well connected, and I am no lord.
I am just hoping that you can speak on our behalf should anything arise that paints us in a poor light. I think that you know us, and we've saved your life. We don't go around just harassing people for no reason. We aren't the bad guys. And I was just hopeful that should things come around, you are someone that knows people and has connections. Just hopeful that you would be able to hear our side of the story and know that we're worth sticking up for.
Obviously, we've done some work together in the past, but as far as knowing you goes, I mean, I've known you less time than some humans live. And not to say that I wouldn't speak what I do know of you and your band of adventurers, but have you spoken to the Dagger Board at all as to your situation? For they do typically seem to stay out of politics, but this does seem to be a relatively political situation.
Yeah, we didn't go to the Dagger Board right away because we were trying to get away from the dragon mess.
Well, the city's in an uproar.
And the politics thing seemed that perhaps they may be a little upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, the city itself is in an uproar trying to figure out what had happened. Lord Endernstar is alive. I'm actually on the way to a meeting here after my breakfast with some other, higher-ups in the city and city officials and whatnot to discuss what exactly happened and how come his residence is gone, because it is burnt.
He's 100% going to blame us.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you can imagine and probably understand that I would need to distance myself from any of that. So perhaps you'd like to leave the back way. When you do leave, I can, however. Are you here for just your money, or have you come for all of the combatants in your group?
I can settle for everybody. I'm going back to see them where they are.
Roswell, bring the earnings for the Black Star fighter group. An old, probably 65 or 75-year-old human guy comes in, kind of a scraggly white beard, trying to keep his hair, but he's definitely balding, kind of slicked back like they do when they're balding and they're trying to pretend like they aren't. And he comes in and he's got 6, I don't know, how many of you guys actually jumped in the ring? 4 of you? Because I know Eric didn't have Gene in there because he was in jail. Did all of you do it? Oh, hang on, Max. I gotta fix you since you disappeared and came back. Your thing's messed up again.
I think
So we all got in the ring.
Yeah, because he's rolling now and not
Go ahead, Roland.
Rigby.
Still can't hear you, Max.
Still can't hear you. Yeah, it was all of us because we fought. What's his face? Borla. It was all of us.
Try again, Max.
He's trying. It's
Nothing.
Not happening.
Yeah, Roland was in there because his griffin. I accidentally hit his griffin one time.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with you, Max, but I set the properties are right on my side, so I'm gonna switch them again. Back to what they need to be, but still, you're not showing up as your speech bar is not even moving on here, and you're not coming through live. You were fine earlier, big dog. Okay, so then he drops off. Yeah, see you in a little minute. So he drops off. He gives you 5 bags of gold. A total of, let's see, 5 bags of gold. So there's 1,000 gold in the bag.
In each?
No, total in between all the bags. And it's
200 per bag.
Yeah, so it's 175, and then Calcine's has all the rest. So she has 25 from each of your guys' bags.
Interesting. Okay.
Max, try it.
Check.
Yeah, there he is. Make money, make money. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Max is there. So yeah, so that's the 175 for everybody besides Gene, and then what is 25 times 4? So that's another 100. So you'd get 275 in yours, Megan.
Okay, well, I'm not counting them. I'm just taking them.
Okay, this person.
What's in them is what's in them.
Sure.
She would get 300.
Would it be?
Yeah.
There's 5 in there. She gets 25 from 4 others besides her own.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be 300.
300.
Oh, because I didn't take 20. I took 25 from her too for some reason. You're right. Okay,
Carry
so
the 2.
carry. Yeah, I'm not looking at anything. I'm just here to talk, play games. No big deal. All right, so it sounds good. So you guys got some gold. He says, when you're ready to leave, go out the back way for sure. I don't want to be tied to any of that mayhem. Some of the political types of the city are already after me just because of my, my business and what I do.
Well, that's fine, but as I said, you may not have known us for long, but you know our reputation, and you know that we don't go out causing trouble. And if you should need any help with anything, I hope that you remember that we're friends.
Didn't we save him from a prison?
We literally saved his life. It's fine.
Yeah, he kind of owes us a little bit, I imagine. Just out of good
I
faith.
said that to him. I
He
told
knows our
him,
character.
we saved your life. We were there to take out the temple. We've done all these things. You know who we are.
Calcine, please, don't misunderstand my words. I will do everything I can to help you, but the things I would do to help you will be hindered if you're seen leaving my residence before I go and protect you.
Absolutely, completely agree. Should you need any help, you can send word. I'm sure people know where to find.
It actually brings an interesting point up. Perhaps you and Blackstar needing something to be out of town doing, perhaps while I clear this up some for you. Perhaps you could do me a solid and at the same time make yourselves scarce from the local land here.
What's the job?
Very, always to the point, Cussy, I've always liked your directness. So, a distant relative of mine lives in the capital, Jubilee, and I've sent them a package, but
Lives
I've not.
where?
In the capital, Jubilee. The capital of Grenweld is Jubilee. She has not responded that she's received said package. She was supposed to take it to the crowning ceremony in Yendel for me, as I have not quite allowed to go there at this time, due to my responsibilities, of course. You can roll an insight check on that, if you'd like. But due to my responsibilities, I'm not quite allowed to go to Yendel myself, so she was to drop off my gift for the new king, who shall be crowned soon if the High Father dies, as seems it will be the case.
Okay, so you need us to confirm that she's alive and got your package?
Yeah, first, and perhaps escort her to Yendel if you would, just to make sure she does not have any, or if she's already gone, track her trail and make sure she's made it successfully. There's numerous plots afoot in which I can't be part of, but I also want to make sure that the new king knows that Vontarian of Summerside is purely loyal to the throne.
Okay, is there anything that I need to know? Like, who would be after her? Where she lives? What her name is?
Yes, her name is Vontaria. She's a kind of far off cousin of mine, but the name is a family name, as you can imagine. But yeah, Vontaria, she's in Jubilee. She has an estate there. I'm sure if you ask the guardsmen at the gate, they can point you in the general direction of where she is. That being said, once there, she has a house staff as well that could point you in the right direction. If you take this missive with you, it'll announce what your intents are, and you'll be well received. And he hands you he writes some stuff down and then rolls it up and stamps it with
That's
wax.
what I was going to ask for.
Yeah.
If I can have a letter with your seal, that would probably make us look a little bit more legit.
Yep, rolls it up, stamps it with a big old Vontarian V on there, and hands it to you.
Okie doke. I'll throw it in my bag of holding.
I would say if you and yours can just steer clear of local law enforcement and do your best to get out of here sooner than later, I will do everything I can to at least settle the damage down some, perhaps.
How
There
does
may not-
magic travel work? Do we know any, like, can we get there? How can we get there the quickest, Dane?
Sure. So, Jubilee probably by road. It's center mass of Grenwell.
Oh, so it's not far.
It's like a week. It's 2 or 3 days by wagon or a week on foot.
Do
I've
we
got
know
teleport
any
still.
magic circles that get us closer?
They might at the Nomenclature Institute. I don't have
Well,
one
I mean, like,
personally.
haven't we gone to, like, the Prowling Jungle via magic circle or something? Like, haven't we traveled places within our area?
I think you guys have gone to the Prowling Jungle.
Does that get us closer?
Yes, we have gone to the Prowling Jungle. We killed that red dragon.
No, I
just
mean like
if we've used a magic circle to get there. I don't know what's going to get us quickest. Obviously.
Quickest to what?
to Jubilee from.
Did he say we were in a hurry to do this job?
Well, you're in a hurry to not be in this town.
Oh,
Yeah, we're in a hurry to get the F out.
So the Prowling Jungle is probably farther away to Jubilee than Jubilee is. If you look at the map, which I'll share just now, Jubilee.
Jolsara's been there before, right?
No one in this party has been in there currently. Josara is an Eladrin. Probably not. I think you were from Summerside, weren't you?
I mean, it looks like Jubilee's we're the closest to Jubilee right now in Summerside.
You're not far from it. You're not far from it. It's it's about a week on foot, or you probably get there in about 2.5 days on horseback or wagon.
What about Griffin?
You get there in a day and a half, Friday.
Can't we just have everybody else?
I'm pretty sure that's only like 2 days away.
Remember that time that Webb polymorphed into a giant eagle and carried us all on his back?
Good
I
times.
do.
Remember how we also have another polymorpher in our group that could definitely help this situation?
I feel like you guys should both polymorph into mammoths and then pull like a giant wagon.
Flying mammoths.
Flying. Oh.
Pterodactyls.
Caw-caw.
All right. Well, I'm gonna thank him, take his leave. I'll get his stuff from him, and then
Leave out the back door.
yeah, we'll do our best to find her and get her there safely.
Okay. I appreciate that, and like I said, I'll do everything I can. I will say, if it's as much of a mess as it seems it may be, you might have to resort to darker measures to be welcome back in town.
Darker measures.
We can cross that bridge when we get there, but I hope you're not opposed to perhaps taking out your enemies.
He's trying to extort us.
Is he?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, darker measures would be love to avoid darker measures. I'm not a huge fan of needless violence. I do love a good fight, but that is consensual.
Alignment check.
Right. I like I said, I will do everything in my power to clear the way for you and your companions, as you have done me plenty of services in the past, between, you know, just being willing to jump into the arena at the drop of a dime, as well as, you know, obviously saving me from the Temple of the Yanti. I mean, I'm truly in your debt for all time. However, there's only so much even that debt can do.
I'm not here to exploit that. It's good to have friends.
Okay. So then,
Fine.
anything else, or are you gonna see yourself out the back door there?
I'm getting the F out.
Okay.
Maybe I'll borrow a cloak from someone. No, not big on concealing myself, but I do kind of stick out.
That's fine. There's a couple of cloaks hanging by the back door you're about to exit out of that you could just grab one of those. It's fine. It's just a normal cloak.
All that put up. I'm not great at stealth, but
Roll a perception check.
A baseball hat and some sunglasses.
Megan, roll a perception check.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you heard me because you kept.
I
Oh,
did.
all good, all good.
Perfect. 22.
22 is pretty good. 22 is pretty good. So you roll the 22. And you roll the 22 on that, and that's pretty good. And what it tells you is you hear, "Volturian, open up! We know there's a fugitive inside," as the back door shuts.
Perfect.
And you start to go. So that perception check is good enough to know they're at the front, and they may be coming around. So I assume you hurry off into the morning, joining
Yeah, of course.
the crowd in the street.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm so nervous.
All right, I'm getting. People are telling me the sound is kind of glitchy.
Your
mean-
camera is a little glitchy for me, Dane. But
Mine is?
yours is a little glitchy, but your
I don't
sound's
have any
okay.
problems with the sound.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you guys pretty good. I just one of the people in chat just messaged me, said that the sound was in and out, but
It's probably an internet problem.
okay, no worries. Hopefully it's fine. I moved my microphone back to right here. I can put it right in front. Is this better?
That's way better. Honestly, you were trailing off a bunch. And I missed a lot of
Now
stuff.
we're on.
You sound like a
Loose
solid-
Talk, and I'm your
Oh,
host.
do you want me to keep it a little
Guy.
closer to my face like this?
I would love that. Thank
You sound like a solid gold DJ from the 70s.
What can I say?
I was getting solid Frasier vibes.
Well, and today with Frasier, we're going to have a nice chat about your mom and dad.
Going NPR now.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so that was you and Von Taren. You sleek away into the day. Joining, and the crowd is starting to get busy. By the time you guys talked for about an hour. You had some breakfast with him, talked for about an hour, back and forth. And by the time you finish that, and the banging on the door happens or whatever, you exit out the back, find yourself loosely folded into this crowd of, different people. Von Taren's is in the Empyrean, I believe. Is that what we decided?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so. Also,
Yes.
in that hurry, could I take off that? If I take my butcher's bib off, does that take my? I'm still attuned to it, yeah.
You don't lose attunement until you don't have it with you for a day, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna put the butcher's bib into my bag of holding for right now because it's kind of obvious.
Okay.
I
mean, you don't get the you don't get the bonuses if you're not wearing it.
I understand that. I don't
Okay.
need that right this second. I just want to like look as low profile as possible, and a bloody apron is not helpful.
Okay. Very cool. So then you go and you guys you head out, and let's go down to Tim. Tim, what does Magvarus got going on?
So I'm the first thing I would have done was cast Raise Dead, so it's an hour cast. I don't know if it's faster with web assisting.
Does he have the same spell?
I do.
How it says it's an hour to cast.
Yeah.
I guess you guys could both do one, and I don't think it would really change anything time wise.
Okay, yeah. So
we could raise both of them.
Yeah. So we take the bodies out of our bags of holding, and I'll raise the dwarf. He'll raise his elf love interest.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do both of those at once. So you guys are in your dilapidated hero's manor that's all busted up with the 6 rooms for sleeping in, and then it's just kind of the rafters and stuff that's pretty airy in there. But you do your Spiritus Sanctu, whatever, and you do your ritual, and an hour goes by of you guys chanting to your different kinds of deities, one to Kappas and one to Perego. And by the end of it, they look up at you. The dwarf doesn't look up at you because he has no eyeballs. But he definitely he opens his missing eyes, sockets or whatever, and just stares up at you, starts coughing up phlegm. The wood elf looks at you, kind of questioning Webb. She looks up at you, which you're not used to people looking up to you. Her head is as big as up to your waist, just because you're just a little 2-foot guy. But yeah, so she's looking up to you, cradling her head. You're like, I've got you, my wood elf, or whatever. And but anyway, they're both alive now from your guys' spells. She doesn't seem to be as in bad a shape as him. He just kind of coughs and sits up and kind of listens around. And she's looking around what happened? Where am I? She says, and the dwarf hears her and doesn't say anything. Just kind of tilts his head towards her voice and waits.
So
but she speaks in Elven, yeah?
She does speak in Elven.
So as she's talking, I'm going to, after the ritual's done, cast Tongues.
I can translate too. I speak Elvish.
So that way I can understand what she's actually saying. And the dwarf, too.
Okay, you cast Tongues regardless. And strangely enough, she does speak only in Elven, and she does say just what I said. She says, what happened? What are we doing here? Last I remember... we were in battle trying to get away. I had smashed a bunch of things in the evil wizard's lab, and then I came around the corner, and that's the last thing I remember.
Yeah, you went down. They hit you with something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it knocked you out. But we got you and the dwarf out of there, and Magvarus and I were able to raise you back to the land of the living. So before we get into any questions or anything, breakfast churro? You're gonna make
my! How did you know how I have missed churros since being locked away?
I could see the sweet, swirly cinnamon goodness in your eyes.
I actually was there for the creation of the churro, so many years back, and I have loved them forever since, and was not allowed them the last 75 years I've been.
Oh my goodness!
Easily, it had to have been 75 years.
That is punishment enough.
It is. What manner of folk are you? I've not seen someone of such small size before.
Oh, I'm a halfling from the Prowling Jungle.
The what now?
The Prowling Jungle here in Grinweld. Have you been there before? It's a big jungle.
No, I am not from Grinweld. I've heard there was some sort of uprising in Grinweld, and many monsters had been slain, and that the cities were being erected, but I did not know it had become this advanced.
Yes, well, where I live is not advanced, but yes, this town is pretty advanced.
Okay.
How long were you in there, in that prison?
Evan, I love you. Hold that thought. Okay. She had said she thought it felt like 75 or more years. But I have to go back to Tim because I totally he got sideswacked by your elf. The dwarf, coughs up some phlegm and sits up and scooches back. And like I said, he like leans his big old round ear around, like leans it to listen to their conversation. Do you say anything to him, Magvarus?
No, I think I feel like he's recovering, so I'm gonna let Webb talk to the elf for now. But I'm gonna
I'll
give him
talk
like
to the dwarf.
a bowl of stew and a mug of ale, and say just rest for now, and we'll talk in a minute.
Oh yeah,
You're
hell
not
yeah.
gonna speak to the blind guy that has no idea where he is.
Well, it's like you're safe now. You can just rest up and eat and drink, and we'll discuss this in a minute.
He quaffs the beer in like a gulp and says, "I haven't had beer in what feels like forever." And you can see almost instantly his complexion changes from like pallid and sickly to kind of like a slight redness comes to his cheeks. Like he seems to be pleased. And what kind of food did you put in front of him?
Stew.
Okay,
and a breakfast churro.
He'll struggle to eat that as well. He doesn't know the churro's in there, and he like chops it up on top of the stew and then mixes it in, like, and kind of. He's like, it's a little sweet for stew for my taste, but I appreciate the effort. What is going on here? Last I remember was years of torture. I can't even tell you the last time I've smelled freedom. He takes a deep breath.
Ultimately, we're here to help you. Like, obviously, you've been through a lot, but what we really like to know is why you're being tortured. Like, do you even know why?
Well, I was on a great hunt with some cousins of mine, and we were waylaid by drow who had come out of a cave system that we had thought we had cleared years prior, but apparently we didn't go deep enough. We were waylaid and attacked by drow, and I thought we were all dead, and the next thing I know, I took an arrow to the eye and woke up in chains following a caravan of elves and humans and other dwarves alike. Even my entire party wasn't even there, but there's just other factions of dwarves from across the land. I'm not sure what was happening, and we were in the Underdark. It was dark, and there was stones everywhere, and it was cold, and we continued for some time. They had bandaged my eye, and that was how I lost my first eye. The second one was years later in prison. I got an infection, and they had to cut it out. But that being said, I don't know how long it's been. It seems like it's been a long time, and I'm surprised to be above the surface, as I've been in a cell of some type forever, and the last I knew I was in the Underdark years ago, and then I woke up in that cell, and I guess I just assumed I was still below the surface.
Were they attempting to like extract information from you? I don't understand did they explain why they were torturing you?
That's a great question, and they didn't really ask me much. But they would curse at me and call me names, and they would talk down to me and say that I would amount to nothing, and that I was the last of my line, and that the Dwarven Kingdom would fall, and that none ever would see the light of the day again. And that is true for me, as you can tell, as I have no fucking eyes.
Okay.
So who is he?
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't make sense to me that they would just capture you. Like, is it just because you think it's just because you're a dwarf, or are you a dwarf of status?
Well, I suppose you don't sound dwarven to me, and I know that you may or may not have done me a favor, but I fear that with me being blind, it's hard for me to know who I can trust, and I don't want to just divulge information to anyone around. This could be a trick of the drow. So please just take me at my word that I've been captured and tortured for some time, and you may call me Barris.
Well, Barris, would you like to be returned to your people, or I know people at the Dagger Board. Would that be sufficient if we could turn you over to them and they can get you where you need to go, or do you not trust them?
The Dagger Board? You mean the upstart mercenary guild?
The Adventurers Guild, but yeah.
Interesting. I do not know anyone at the Dagger Board. In fact, I did not know that they were an adventurers guild. I thought they were just a ragtag band of mercenaries, but 4 or 5 cities across of all of Korsoth.
So what year does he think it is?
Are you there?
another fun
Wait,
one.
are you there? I didn't.
No,
I think-
I'm.
Oh,
Megan
oh,
is asking him.
You're walking. I gotcha.
So I mean,
Megan.
it's strange. I believe the Dagger Board's been in existence for quite a long time. How long do you believe you were in there?
I mean, easily 60 or 70 years, I think. I mean, I don't know. I lost track of time. I can't even count the sun come up or down. I can't do any damn thing. I'm basically a damn blind cripple at this point. I once was a powerful man. A mighty fighter, even. Now I have nothing. I fear my entire clan has been wiped from the earth. If these bastards, what they said is true. Oh, you guys can roll insight, anybody who's in the room.
Since I cast tongues, right, I can overhear their conversation.
Yeah, it's all in Old Dwarven, and hers is in Old Elven.
So I'll ask him. I said, where is your tribe?
So I hail from above the mountains of Korsoth. Have you ever been to Korsoth?
The crystal?
What? No.
Oh.
Yeah. Above the mountains, the Korsothian mountains themselves.
Yeah, we've been there.
Well, my clan resides around the upper edges of the mount itself.
Is that? Megan is asking just because I'm trying to understand the story. Is that actually the crystal is what he's referring to, or is there a different place?
The crystal is inside the mountain in the belly of the kingdom.
That's
and
right.
It shoots
Okay.
up from under the ground and up, and then fills the main chamber's center, and with a eerie purple light that makes people do crazy shit. This guy's
So,
talking about living outside of the interior of the mountain, on the hills and mountains aside along the mountain.
You live in the
Is
quarry?
that still something that happens? Do we know that? I mean, we were there, so I just.
It's been overran with orcs and giants. There's no dwarves that you saw when you were there. Remember, it was all those ettins and trolls and all kinds of. And there was the
Yeah,
bounty
absolutely.
in there for all the large giant folk and stuff.
So we're thinking like that's probably the area he's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know why my Korsoth map isn't coming up, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I rolled a 28 on insight. What does that tell me?
He believes every single thing that's come out of his mouth. You don't think he's lying. He truly was concerned that you're, a trick trying to, get past him by the drow. You don't think he maybe necessarily thinks that, but like, he definitely isn't ready to trust just because you said, "Oh, you're safe now. Here's some fucking stew with the churro in it. Make it taste a little weird." He needs time.
Well, but what'd you say your name was? Bassar?
Barris.
Barris.
Like
I'm so
Boris
sorry.
with an EA instead of an O.
It's embarrassing. I'm so sorry, Barris. Well, we were up there, what, Macfarus, a month ago? 2 months ago, maybe?
Something like that.
And that area, the Sabelstein Mountains, was overrun with giants and orcs and all kinds of stuff.
That would never, ever have been allowed if my clan was still there. We rule the roost. We rule the mountainside and the hills around all of the great Korsoth mountains. Were my clan and our cousins.
So Evan doesn't remember the riddle in the story, but Webb would remember with those families' names, like the 7 clans or whatever. So
Yeah,
I'll
what is
I'll
his
just
thing
rattle
then?
those names off.
You're not helping me at all here. You know that, right?
I mean, I am helping you.
Which story are you talking about? We've had a few.
Yeah, there was a story about I don't know, it was on like an obelisk or something or a door, and when we were walking through the hidden path, the moonlight path or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was so
Yeah.
far back. Back when you were walking up the path to get to.
Yeah, and it was saying like 3 or so of the family lines had been like there was no more heirs to those lines.
Maybe we
So
should
those
take
are
him.
the names I'll start saying.
Maybe we should take him to see Gunther.
You mean fake Gunther?
Yeah.
Because
We
wasn't
put
that doesn't
the
seem
trash
very-
my shop.
Wasn't
Killed
Gunther
my dude.
from the Crystal or something?
He's from
The real
Corsoff.
one was, but the real one died.
Well, but
Says
we never
you.
solved that.
We
I
just
don't
saw
think
it.
we should be leaving anywhere until Kelsey gets back.
We just saw that Gunther like a couple of games back.
Yeah, and he killed Junior and
Yeah,
my goblins
the
and
fake
smashed my
Gunther.
shop in the meantime. So
Wait, that was Gunther?
further onto my shit list. I believe it was.
There's no
We don't
proof that
know.
it was Gunther.
Oh, because the crystal was missing? Is that why you think it was Gunther?
Yeah.
The orb?
The pieces, the shards.
Okay. There is no actual proof though.
Right,
I'm
but
100% aware.
Okay.
the fact remains that we watched Gunther die. I tried to revive him and I couldn't. And then he just magically shows back up.
Absolutely insane now. Like last time we saw
Yeah.
him, we didn't even tell him why we came.
So does he say anything or?
Well, so you rattle off those names and then what?
Yeah.
Just watch him or like? Are you
I'll
looking
just
for-
ask him. I was like, "Are you part of these clans?" And then I'll name the ones that Webb knows from the wall.
Okay. Web notes wall. See, I'm trying to see if I can have it here. There's a lot of things to look at. Hold on tight. I don't have the right computer out. The biggest problem with the new computer is I don't have it all completely everything I have for my other stuff on here. But yeah, so go ahead and roll. I want to say either perception or insight on this.
Perception. or
What are you doing,
insight?
Jean? And I'd say Cam too, but she ran off to do something. So what are you doing, Jean, while they're talking?
Well, how much do you think an immovable rod would cost? How much does Gene think one would cost? Do I have enough money to buy one? Is the important question.
Is Gene talking to himself out loud about this?
I don't know.
No, I'm
who's-
just asking Dane what I think about the price.
I mean, you think there'll probably be a few hundred gold.
Well,
What's the markup is, I think, the better question, Dane, out of character.
Well, Gene's not part of Black Star, so I mean, it's just normal. But it's going to be somewhere between 100 and 500 gold, depending on your check, your persuasion check.
okay.
Are you just sitting in there like talking to yourself about how you want a movable rod?
No, I'm just thinking, planning.
I didn't know if you were in there with your hand down in your pocket, like.
Well, I wasn't sure how much. I wasn't sure how much you were thinking about charging for that. I couldn't find a price for it anywhere. Is why.
Yeah, you think somewhere between 100 and 500, somewhere in there. It just depends. You're not sure. You've never bought one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
it's
But
never,
I
it
know about
doesn't
it.
show up in the list.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying. Welcome to the world that I live in.
So yeah, did you find those names, Dane?
No, I don't have the right computer open. So we'll just say Black Sword or whatever it was. I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I have it, and we can retroactively
We can
fix it.
retcon it.
Yeah, it's fine. Just say Dwarven Ancestry 1, 2, and 3, and then you roll the 27 on perception for your watch dam. You think his ear turned up at the third name you mentioned. You're not sure if it was recognition or just a spark of interest.
Okay, so from my 27 perception, the third name is the one that's like registering.
You think that one? I mean, he definitely heard all the names. You don't know if but it's hard to read him because he doesn't have eyes.
Sure.
The only perceptible change to him when you were reading the names off though came when the third name was said. He went one of these like.
And the third name.
He doesn't have eyes, but he still has a face.
Yeah,
Like,
and
his
I
face
have
can
eyes,
still move without
so
eyes.
I can. See.
No, and I understand that he doesn't have eyes, but you can't read like the truth in him, and he doesn't like smile or change his like face, which is like super skinny and like abused, and he hasn't like eaten well or been exercising or seen the light of day or lifted a hammer to bang out some ore, anything like that for the longest time. So like he's emaciated looking, he's sunken, missing eyeballs, and like you say that, and the biggest tell that he even recognizes any of it is that he kind of tilts his head towards you with his ear up like he's trying to hear it. Like, did I just hear that name correctly?
And that's one of the houses that no longer has heirs.
Correct. It is one of the three major, oldest lines of dwarves that would be in existence. They would have a pretty healthy claim to the throne if ever one was to surface.
Well, I'll kind of, just for the sake of brevity, I'll kind of tell him our experience up there at the Crystal and going through the mountains and at the quarry and everything that's going on there.
So you're telling me that the inside of the Great Mountains of Korsoth, there is a large purple crystal jutting up from the center of the earth?
Yeah, it's huge.
I've never seen or heard of such a marvelous delight.
It's got some sort of weird power about it too.
What mean you? What are you saying?
I don't know. Just things feel weird around it.
No, perhaps you're just thrown off by the pure beauty of that of which is provided by the earth itself.
It just makes me feel like it shouldn't be there.
Hey, doesn't Webb get advantage on that?
Oh, I do.
With dwarves, you 100% do
Because
of the belt.
dwarven kind.
That's right. Don't forget that.
And he's probably, if he had eyes, he would admire my sweet beard.
Do you rub it against him on accident a little bit,
And he can feel my slappy, happy uncle's beard oil.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you didn't even need tongues to speak Dwarven. You already speak it.
That's right.
But he doesn't speak Elven, and he wanted his Elven lady to talk to. So
right.
My gal.
So we'll kind of converse about that in Korsoth, and see if we can get a game plan maybe once Calcine returns for what we can do for this fella.
Okay. Well, he takes in everything you're saying about the crystal, and he has some pretty good questions about it. He's concerned, obviously, for his people. He's I've been gone a long time, and I'm afraid that my clan has been wiped from the face of the earth, and I'm not, by dwarven standards, very old at this. Or at least I don't feel it, but I also do feel it due to my long imprisonment. I need to heal and get healthy so that I can stand up to this crystal or to my oppressor. Who had me? Why? If I was not in the Underdark, where was I imprisoned?
You're imprisoned by the Lord of Greenweld, Lord Enderstar. Unfortunately, or not Lord of Greenweld, Lord of Summerside. And we were hoping to figure out why you were in prison, but it sounds like he just imprisoned you because you were a dwarf.
If it makes you feel any better, we weren't looking for you. We just happened upon you, and
he was getting ready to wrongfully imprison you too.
And the gal there. So.
Well, I am truly.
And I tried to free the guy that you were with in there in that pit, but I couldn't get him out all the way.
The old elf who spoke a strange tongue of Dwarven to me. I see. He was a quiet and strong type. He's been there even before I. Well, I don't know how to repay you if you truly have freed me from my tether and released me back into the world above. I don't know how I can repay you and your group. And I also don't know how to move forward as I have no material possessions in this world. And I have
we're
no
going to be
escort.
leaving the city probably soon. We're just waiting for some of our group to get back. And not really sure what our next
is going
step
to bust in as soon as possible and look for Jilfara immediately.
What happened was? What'd you say?
I said as soon as Calcine, as soon as I can get back, I'm gonna bust. We don't live that far away, right?
Right. It's about a 10-minute walk. So by the time they've had a bit of discussion, about 10-20 minutes, you'll show up. You probably had to go do a couple of loop-de-loos to get away from guards or whatever, make sure you weren't seen.
Yeah. I'm gonna bust in and loudly ask where the fuck Jilsara is and tell everybody we gotta go now.
Okay.
And we're gonna use her helmet to get out because shit just got real.
You bust in, and the elf curls up towards Webb a bit, kind of jumps back and curls up as you bust in. The dwarf sits back against the wall. He doesn't know. He can't really do anything. He doesn't have any weapons or eyes, but he can still figure that out. Maybe, who knows? But you bust in the door and say, "Jilsara, we gotta go."
You're gonna have to get us out of town.
Let's go. Been waiting to use this helmet all day.
What
Just-
is your plans for what are your plans for myself and this young female that you've freed as well?
I think we can take you with us, Josara. Can you?
So,
Can
don't
you get us
don't mean to be the voice of reason here, but they already died once while we were trying to save them. Do we really want to put them in danger further? Is there a better place for them than with us? We are wanted, and Von Terran's house just got raided, so we gotta go.
Yeah, we need to go like far away. So, and if they're here, it's not going to go well for them. I don't think.
It's her and up to 8 willing creatures.
We can always take them
So where are we
wherever they
going?
want to go pretty quickly. I mean, I have teleport
Just-
stuff.
do you have to have been there, or one of us has to have been there?
The person who's controlling the teleport.
I don't have to have been there.
But things can go wrong if you don't know where you're
If
going.
Right.
if you want me to cast it, I can. Where do you want to
And I
go?
have
guys?
lucky. I do have lucky,
I don't know if that
so I
would-
can mess up a little bit.
I don't know if that applies to a D100 roll, not to mitigate.
It's just for 20s.
Oh. We could roll 4 20s and 2 5s.
Hey, no.
Honestly, my bad plan is everybody. I know it's way further away, but safest spot right now is the Prowling Jungle.
Yeah, be good to go home. Or even just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Any
And then
permanent
the-
circle, I can go, like, I don't have to have been there before.
But we don't know any permanent circles. That's a problem.
So
Josara, you've been to the Prowling Jungle, right? You were there with us.
we know at least one.
Yeah, you guys. There were a couple of circles you guys have come across.
Yeah,
There's a
We have
circle
a
on the
couple.
pier that you know of, but no one copied. There's a circle in the Nomenclature Institute, which I do believe you guys have a copy of.
Mhm.
There's a circle in Korsoth. Did you get that?
Yep, I copied that
So
one.
you've got one in Korsoth, and I think there is one in the Prowling Jungle that you guys got because you teleported there that first time you guys went. You didn't travel across the lands. You guys showed up in the fire.
But why do we want to teleport farther out of our way?
Okay, so right now you guys don't know that we need to go to Jubilee. I haven't told you anything other than we need to get someplace safe now. And
Oh.
Prowling Jungle is, I know it's not a great plan, but we can figure out what to do when we're not fugitives and on the verge of being captured again.
Yeah.
She says that, and you guys hear on the dilapidated door, boom, 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 boom.
The door falls
Let's go.
open.
Let's go.
Yeah, so
It's
we
just
gotta
a
go now.
beaded curtain.
He bangs on the beaded curtain.
there.
They bang on the beaded curtain and says, "House inspection by the town guard. We've heard reports that you're in there, Calcine. You and your band of evildoers come out immediately."
All right, everybody, hold
Sarah
hands.
says,
Time to
no
teleport.
housekeeping, no thank you.
You want
No,
bedtime
she
mint?
says, "Oh,
Wait,
let's
wait,
look out."
I have an important question. You said 8 creatures,
Yep.
so is Oliver going to be able to teleport too?
I mean, that's up to her. Is Oliver in the building, or is he flying around above?
Oh, that's 8.
No, he's in my room. I'm going to whistle for him.
He comes stumbling down this giant griffin, bangs down the spiral stairs, falls a little bit, lands at the thing, looks at you, cocks his head.
Are we gonna bring the dwarf?
Okay, so I guess you have to ask them because they have to be willing, and the only they're not safe here with us, so we can leave them behind, or they can come with us to the Prowling Jungle, and we'll figure out a place for them to be safe. We've saved the Prowling Jungle before, so it's a safe spot now.
Yeah, and my
We
family's
can bring all of them. Okay, so we ask them. They're with
Sure.
us right now,
You guys
right?
want to come with us? We're going to the Prowling Jungle. It's not real safe right
And let me just say, the alternative is that you're going to get captured by the people that imprisoned you. So
Yeah.
The dwarf says, "It's nice to have choices for once again. I personally feel that though I don't know you, and I'm not 100% sure of your motive, anywhere's better than back in prison and torture. How about you, lass?"
That's what I'm
"Oh
thinking
yeah,
too.
I totally agree," says an elven.
Helmet on. Let's go.
And I'm going to put my bib back on real quick. Like as I'm doing this, I'm throwing the cloak off and putting the bib back on.
Did you disperse the gold?
Not yet. Go. We gotta go.
I said no. I don't know.
So Sarah has
Just
taken
checking.
off the old lady garb, by the way. I don't know if I said that before.
You didn't sleep in
She's
it?
Not looking. Haggard, no. No, she took the wig off.
Okay.
We ready to go.
All right.
Let's roll.
So Helma teleportation to the Grenweld area. You don't need the circle, just to Grenweld, or to the Prowling Jungle.
Probably Jungle.
Okay.
So I
Well,
have to-
Yeah, to
Let's roll
Webb's
100.
old home that we saved.
yep, that she's been to. So then, yeah, just make your roll. Let's see what that does.
I just have to roll something between 1 and 100. There we go. 1 and 100. A 9. It's fantastic.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
there
what
was
it says.
no point in rolling. She was going to succeed either way. That's what she's
Yeah,
saying.
that's what it says. Anything 1 to 100 is on target.
1 to 5 on target. Yep. Oh no, that's not real. Permanent circles on target, but you don't have a teleportation circle you're going from. You're just teleporting.
She's
I thought
been
that
there
we were.
before.
Very familiar. Then, I
It's
thought
not-
that we were saying there was a circle in the Prowling Jungle.
There is, but that doesn't mean your helmet doesn't tie to teleportation circles. The circles tie to each other. The helmet is teleportation on its own.
Yeah, but teleportation can work with a circle, I think.
I don't disagree with that. I guess I wasn't thinking of teleport being tied to a circle necessarily, and she definitely didn't study the circle to
No,
use
that's
it.
definitely how it works. So yeah, like if you are teleporting, you can teleport to a teleportation circle.
But you would still have
You
to
get the
know
bonus.
the circle, and she didn't spend time
Yeah,
to
you have
know
to
it.
know the circle. Yeah, you do have to know the circle.
No, but she
So what
knows
does
the
know
house
mean?
that we killed the dragon at.
No, I am not just. I'm saying, okay, so she's been there, so she's seen casually, or I wouldn't call it very familiar because she only spent 1 day there. I'd say she's seen it casually a little bit. I wouldn't call it viewed once. I would give her viewed once, but 1 to 5 is a mishap, right?
Well, I mean, if we didn't make like a drawing of it, that's our fault.
Right.
Yeah, Webb. I mean, we've been there, and Webb can give her a real good explanation.
I
exactly
lived there,
where-
so I
where
could
to
draw
it.
it.
Yeah,
Which
he
would
can
give
draw
him-
it. I can look at it. He
Draws
draws
real
real quick. I look
I
at
can
it.
just
all
cast
nine,
the
so-
spell.
We also killed a dragon there, so that's pretty memorable.
I agree. Killing a dragon there is memorable, but not the location itself isn't going to be like, oh, well, we killed a dragon there. I remember every leaf in the forest. No, I remember there's
You
a
didn't
fucking
kill the
dragon.
dragon and walk off.
Right. I guess.
So-
a very patient guard
Is
at the
Webb's-
door. Is all I'm
Drawing the permanent circle not an option?
That
I
takes a
don't-
whole-
She can't use the permanent circle with the helm unless she memorizes the circle and does the work to get the circle in her brain.
So can I just
Okay.
cast teleportation circle then and get us to?
You could do that if it's fast enough and you think how long does that spell take?
Yeah, check
That or
your
can I just
think a
teleport us
minute.
to somewhere else that I'm familiar with?
Absolutely.
Let's
Absolutely.
just do that. We'll teleport somewhere else first. Let's teleport to
Somewhere you've been a lot, like the Red Sock, or
no. Like the dagger board?
the
Wouldn't that be
loggerhead.
safe?
I don't think the dagger board's a great plan.
Yeah, we need to get out of Summerside.
Okay.
Look, it's
Not
going to sound
hello.
crazy.
We don't
but
need to
let's go
teleport
back to the
into
castle. Let's
town.
finish it.
Where is the Silmaris forest?
Ooh, that's not close.
do you know, Evan?
I think
You said,
that
you said
Morzan?
I'm from Summerside, but
yeah, that's
Where's
in a
the
different
town?
country and continent.
Where's the town that we went and we put the kid in?
Carbase?
It's in
Yeah, is
Yendel.
that in Grinwald?
Yeah. It's no. That's in
No, that's in Morzanth.
yeah.
it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
Morzan.
It doesn't matter that it's another country, guys, because we're just going to teleport and then teleport right back.
Sure,
Let's memorize the circle,
I love it.
right?
The picture.
Literally,
Does
don't
it?
care where we go. Make it familiar. Let's go.
Is everybody
Yeah, let's
watching
just
seeing
go.
this stuff? Like, why is this
Wait for
token?
here.
She can teleport back to her homeland. That's fine. She'll know that well.
An associated object, I'm going to imagine my home. That's the associated object, so I get 100% roll, right? Yes.
Associated, very familiar with a 1 to 5. You rolled a 3 or 4 or something. Still a mishap. Even with no matter what, with that
It's a
4.
9. It's a 9.
What is an associated
Yeah,
object?
Rolled
Or it was a
9.
9.
No. This says associated object 1 to 100 is on target. My associated object would be my home.
Here's the associated object table you're talking about. I guess associated object can be on target. So you're thinking of your home.
No, an
This is too
associated
Even if she
complicated.
hadn't done that,
Let's
she
just-
could think of Webb's home. She's been
an
there.
associated object is like something you're holding in your hand from that place.
Yeah. Webb could give her any
Sure.
trinket from home.
True.
And we could just get to the prowling jungle.
Is it wrong that I
There we
kind of
go.
want the mishap?
I think yeah. Let's just go to the jungle and let
I don't think the mishap actually, unless it like teleports us to the dungeons of the Enderstone like palace, then I think a mishap can be just fine for us.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm on board. We said that's where we were going.
TPK. TPK.
I mean, we could end up in the plane of fire or something.
Or at the bottom of the ocean. Sure.
Okay,
Somebody's got somewhere where they can breathe underwater, right?
final answer. You guys are going
Sure,
to.
mishap.
No.
No?
Why?
I thought that's what you
why
guys were
mishap?
demanding.
Yeah, you can back it out since you didn't know how it worked. Like we can change the destination so we have a higher chance.
Okay. Yeah, then I'd say to my home. Associated object, I've got our family book in my hand that I'm pulling out of my bag.
She's wearing the pants that she took out of her drawer.
Yeah, I'm wearing my mom's pants. My mom pants.
You've got your big girl pants on.
Got my big girl pants on, ready to go. I'm
Okay.
imagining
Are those
I'm clicking my
dungarees?
heels and saying there's no place like home.
So the guy beats on the door again, and you hear what sounds to be an angry mob outside. As you guys cast your spell, and you teleport off to where now?
Home.
Your home.
Forest, forest.
Silmaris Forest.
I hate.
The
I
Yendel.
literally hate you all so much. Like, I
didn't
have.
think we were going there.
I have many things that we could be going and doing, and that's not one of them. But good
Well, we're not
news.
going to stay there for long. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, all teleport. All eight, all what? 6, 7, 8, 9 of you teleport, and you show up, and you're in a very thick forest of old growth trees. They're
With an angry mob.
huh?
With an angry mob.
No, I'm trying to stop the angry mob, but they won't shut up. The sound of the angry mob fades away as your vision and hearing clear to the sounds of the forest around you. The trees are of old growth. There are on the trees. There's other kinds of plants growing up them. There and around them. It's very thick, dense forest that you're in. Everybody, go ahead and roll perception checks to start out. That first stuff was free.
18.
Okay.
Magnus has teleportation sickness.
Yeah, he does. Just throwing up. He's like, that's not how I would do it. Just kidding. All right. So you guys show up there with the 21 and the 28. I think I saw, or 27.
24.
24. Yeah, that's above my stuff. So those the above 20s. You'll notice that up in the trees, built into the trees, there's about 50 different domiciles, different homes built into and through the trees, connecting almost translucent-looking rope and wood walkways between the places. Nothing on the ground level itself. No apparent ladders down or anything like that, but you can tell that something lives up in the trees. Jolsara, this is normal to you. You expected it. You showed up here, and no one else in the group has been here, but except for you, who obviously have been here many a time. There's almost 50 different homes inside these pretty good size. Think twice the size of redwoods. These are big trees.
It's like an apartment complex in a tree, guys.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Guys, Jolsara's from an Ewok village.
Yes.
Yes.
I am an Ewok.
Wootini! Oh.
Awesome. Jolsara, did we make it?
We made it. These are my tree people.
These trees are
All
real
right.
old. These are older
Give
than the
me
Prowling
that.
Jungle.
Give me the circle drawing so I can memorize it. How long does that take?
I think it's a
Okay,
minute.
smart.
I think
You're
you
not
should
even going to say hi to your family?
No, I don't really like them very much. That's why I left.
can if you
Can
want.
I see the circle?
Oh,
Give me
sure.
the circle.
Let me find out.
Don't wake me up abruptly.
now that we're
Haven't
here-
had any stew or churros.
Now that we're
Okay.
here, I did talk to Von Terran. And he doesn't like the guy either, but it doesn't sound like there's anything he's really going to be able to do, judging by the angry mob at our door.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, well, he's going to try. He did ask for help with a thing. Something about, there's a new Elven king or something getting crowned, right? That's part of this, right? He delivered he sent a package to a distant cousin, and he hasn't gotten receipt of the package. He's worried about the cousin. She needs an escort to Yendel so that he's on the new king's good side. And don't we know something about an elf king getting? Isn't that related to the dwarf that we just dealt with?
There's like a thing going on with the elves and dwarves, and it's the elf king of Yendel. Guys, we're in Yendel.
We're not in Yendel now.
We are. This is where you're from, right?
Yep.
Unless my maps are wrong. This is Yendel.
Oh, damn it. I have a package I need to deliver to Yendel, but I haven't gotten it yet. It's still in Summerside.
Did someone drop that in the mail?
Also, the problem is that the package that we're supposed to deliver to the place that we're now is in Jubilee.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
we just skipped a few steps, is all.
Josara,
We'll come back.
maybe it's a good time to meet the fam.
But
Okay.
hey, your elf buddy, she's not from here, is she? Like, maybe we could drop her by home and
Oh, I don't know. I'll ask her. Hey, I didn't even get your name. What's your name?
You're talking to her now, and are you
Yeah,
speaking
true,
Elven? Do you
queen.
speak Elven again?
Yeah, tongues, man.
Okay.
I've just been calling her
Elf
CQ
girl.
this whole time. Churro Queen.
Churro Queen. All right. So you guys rolled some perceptions and things. Of everybody that went through the teleportation circle and came here, the most excited person to be here of all of you is this chick, this elf girl. She is super, super stoked to be here right now. You're talking to her and she's not hearing you. She's looking up at the trees. She's got her arms out. She's spinning in a circle and just breathing in deeply. She's got a giant smile on. Her eyes are as big as they get. She's kind of all but dancing in the forest at this point.
So I'm guessing she's from here? Do we know why she was in the dungeon? We didn't get to ask. Did anyone ask her why?
Yeah, I asked her, but the dwarf guy started talking. He wouldn't shut up.
Her name is Ariella. She didn't hear you at first, but as you continue to kind of pester her to say something back to you, her name is Ariella.
Mm-hmm. Ariella, are you from here?
The trees smell and feel older than they were, even older than I would have thought, but I do seem to recognize some of them.
Josara's from here. That's how we got here.
Yeah. What's up? What's your last name? We sisters?
Are we sisters? No.
You must be my long lost grandma.
I
thought
don't
you were
know.
old.
Take my ancestral mom pants.
Ah, yes, ancestral wild pets. I've been waiting for those. She says, I don't know that this is my home or not, but it's much better than where I've been for a long time, and unless you wish for me to accompany you farther, I think I will stay in these woods.
Josara would.
Yeah, we pump eucalyptus into the air. It smells nice here.
So
No wonder you want to stay.
A wise move,
would keep
Eladrin.
her?
Would we be able to leave the dwarf and want to stay here too with the elf that he knows?
Huh.
Like the only person he knows?
He does appear to have had a harder time in prison even than I, though it was quite unbearable. I would be happy to help him along, however, I fear that he would struggle in the forest, unfamiliar to him with me, and it would potentially bring us both harm if something were to come to pass.
I think we
I'm
got to
not
get
sure.
him to Korsoth.
I'm not sure a guy with no eyes belongs in a tree.
Right. That just sounds dangerous.
Fair enough.
It's dangerous.
As you guys are discussing and talking, out of the dense forest floor and leafage and foliage and all the things, 10 well-armed and armored elves appear surrounding your party, bows drawn. 8 of which are armored and bows drawn, 2 of which are holding wands.
Web cowers
Hello.
behind
I
Jillsaurus
sent word
legs.
that you'd be coming here.
Is that Joe? Is that Joe I see? Hi, Joe.
Okay, so Jill, sorry, you do not recognize them, besides the fact that they are the town guard, which, by the way, you left here under, like, kind of not necessarily dubious circumstances, but they weren't necessarily the best, considering you're a rogue assassin. There was a little bit of a, hijinks around it. Nothing was ever proven. Some suspicions were amongst the air, they're floating around. But the fact that you 9, along with a griffin and 8 individuals, appeared out of nowhere in the center of this little town, and they weren't expecting you. The town guard has shown up with 2 casters and 8 fighters. Holt.
Cool. It's been a minute. I've memorized the circle. Let's go.
It takes another minute to cast that spell. Oh, but you're using helmet teleportation, so
No.
it doesn't.
Plus, we need to
It
get
doesn't. Thank you.
Ariella taken care of here.
Are you guys gonna? Are you casting it? She cast it. Okay. Are you? So
one.
Cam, you cast it. I don't care. That's a 1. I love that. Perfect. But it doesn't matter because it's the circle, so it doesn't matter. Even though I wish it did. You cast it. Do you take the dwarf and the elf as well, or just the party and the griffin?
I want to
Just the
take
dwarf in the party.
So you leave
Or
her
the griffin.
to deal with the
Leave her if
10
she wants to stay.
guardsmen. Okay, perfect.
She'll be fine.
Perfect. Okay, so you're like, not staying for that. Snap, snip, snap, disappear and act. And
Well, I mean, we would say real quick, hey, you want to come? Nope. Okay, cool, bye. That would be it, right?
Well, I mean, it's based on the willingness. So she could include her in the teleport, but if she wasn't willing to teleport, then
she
she
wouldn't
wouldn't
go.
go.
Okay, yeah, just
So-
she does
If
go.
She didn't want to go. Then
She does go because the guards spooked her. She didn't like that. So when you guys get there, all of you are there, Ariella and Barris as well. And you guys show up on this teleportation circle just outside of your parents' domicile in the Prowling Jungle. The remaking of the Prowling Jungle Winterthorn Estate is well underway. It's not quite done. It looks a little different than your childhood home you remember.
Papa?
Papa? You go, and Dad is not there, but your sister and Mom are. Dad's out foraging and getting supplies and doing some tracking and making sure the jungle stays safe for the likes of y'all.
And I'm going to ask his mom to cast Regenerate on the dwarf because she's an accomplished cleric.
Mm-hmm.
She will regenerate his eyeballs for him.
that's
Wow.
amazing.
Is that
so
real?
wonderful.
She can do that?
Your mom's really super in touch with Copus.
Snaps for us. We do good things.
That's amazing.
Just don't have that dead guy in my
We're great
bag, though,
people.
guys.
We didn't do those things they said we did. We're good people.
How's
Still
Willow?
have that guy that's cut in half in my bag.
How's who?
Boy. How's Willow looking? My sister. She seem back to normal, or
Mostly, yeah, mostly. So Sunvel Nightshade is not there. Medrash is not there. Thinking of who else was there. Darius isn't there. All right, yeah, but your
so
family
mom and
members.
sis are there.
Apparently they're not on my list here, though. I don't know why they wouldn't be, but whatever. All right, but yeah, so you guys are there. You're welcomed in. Mom and sister bring you guys in, all of you, and you guys are able to eat and feed and drink in comfort. He has his eyes and he's like blinking and looking around. He's like kind of confused, but he seems in a good mood, and he pounds a bunch of food, and so does the elf, who seems a little more dejected, but still way at home in the Prowling Jungle. And you guys are sitting around, enjoying a nice meal with them and telling you guys stories of your woes and things that have happened if you want to.
How's
There's
the
not-
coffee in the Prowling Jungle?
It's tea, so it's pretty good.
Oh.
Can Jilsara have a chance to step away? Because
Sure.
she wants to get rid of this body. And there's a river that goes out to the sea, it looks like, out of the Prowling Jungle. Could she just
Which
go out there
body?
and drop him?
The dock worker?
Yep.
The body that got us into this mess.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
Okay, so you go drop the
Who's
dock
that?
workers off at the riverside.
He was a villain and a criminal. Don't call him a dock worker.
Hey,
This is
guilty
great
until proven innocent, apparently.
He was an evildoer.
Especially in our case.
Let's see. Touche. All right, so Jilsara slinks off quietly and releases the body. By the way, Jilsara, I gave you inspiration earlier for something you
So-
said. I don't remember what it was now, but it was good at the time.
Thanks.
But you guys, you're at peace. I don't know if you guys need a long rest, but you can have one.
I'll
Those
take it
mom
because I'm
pants.
slotting sending.
There goes the
Those
sound
mom
for it.
pants. That was why I got inspiration.
This is why?
Mom pants. That's why.
Yeah, it was mom. That's exactly right. Mom pants. That's right. Drawstring pants.
While we're long resting, I'll make sure Jilsara has the other teleportation circles written down.
How many do you have? 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, bug.
So I think it's like a minute to memorize them, and then it's a minute to cast. So like as long as you spend the time and like roll a good history check to do it, I think you can memorize it. I let it slide.
History.
Yeah, because you got to remember it. So very nice. All right.
I mean, I would argue if you were looking at the drawing as you cast it, you're just like, fucking take me here.
I would argue that is probably real, and if you do use the sheet, it burns in the process like a scroll. So if you want to use the sheet, that's fine, but then you won't have
You
a
can
hard
copy
copy to
them.
memorize. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could copy
Yeah.
it. It's
We'll have like
fine.
15 of them.
So
For each one.
she's got to roll a history check? Is that what
So-
you're saying?
So we're gonna call it later.
Later.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys are here. There is some good stuff going on here that you may or may not like, and there is an old white man here with a wrinkly forehead and bushy white eyebrows. He's got a kind of a goatee, and he pulls a cart with a donkey. He's a traveler who stopped by here. He has a cart full of goods. He's a traveling salesman. He has many wonderful wares for sale for the traveler that come across his path as he moves.
I'll take a look.
Okay. First and
I
foremost, he
will as
notices
well.
he notices
Well,
Gene. He
before
says,
we-
"You boy, what are you doing with such a powerful group of adventurers? The boy such as yourself should be at home, learning your numbers and your letters."
Well, actually, I'm 47 years old.
You're not Gene. I'm talking to Gene.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought just because I'm small. I mean,
You've got a huge beard.
well,
Why
it's
would
because
you
I'm a
take you for
man.
child?
So you boy, he speaks to Gene. Eric.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, I know, sir, but the world is a dark place in desperate times. I have nowhere else to go.
I've been needing a hand around my wagon cart for some time. If you ever thought about plying your way in the mercantile trade, merchant's trade, mercantile. Would you? You don't look to be much of an adventurer, scrawny as you are, and look more dressed up than the rest of this lot. Perhaps you fancy a apprenticeship to a well-traveled and well-known salesman.
Don't sell him short. He's got skills of mammoth proportions.
That's right.
I just,
How much for the boy?
Something
He
that
looks
I
kind of
want
rapey.
to
Don't go
do.
with him.
Well,
How
what do you
much for the boy?
what do you got? Because maybe we can trade.
Well, I have
Trading the bull.
many items
He
here.
looks a little rapey.
I have many items. You look to be a fine warrior. Perhaps you would like some armor for your griffin.
I mean,
For the boy?
you have that in your little cart?
Have and can get are two different things. You'll find out quickly in my trade.
How many boys does he have in this cart? That's what I want to know.
He's not training any boys. He's trying to buy. He wants the boy as an apprentice or like a extra hand around the cart.
He's gonna buy the boy. Boy's not for sale.
Wait, no.
I would give him a good life. He could live. He'd have a nice tent over his head, and he'd only have to work 12 or 15 hours every day.
Nonsense.
Okay, well-
If Gene is for sale, he sets his own price.
Absolutely.
Who's Gene?
That's fair.
The
It's like,
boy you're trying to buy.
I'll be like, do you have anything to sell, sir? Or are you just trying to buy children?
I'm not trying to buy children. You seem to be a young adult at the least, if not a boy yet still. However, I have many things for sale. I know, for instance, I could definitely get some barding and some armor put together for that mighty griffin that I saw you all come here with, as well as maybe I could fix your hat, as I see there's a few holes that appear to have come through that top hat you're wearing there. I could fix that for you for a small price. I might even have some clothing that would fit you quite nicely, young sir. He starts pulling up. He's got a few different sets of like adolescent kid clothes, and he's like showing them to you. He's like, "This would look great on you. You would be very comfortable in this." And I even have a very, very regal nightgown that I picked up back a few months back when traveling. It's made of a fine silk from far past the Corsathian mountains.
We're done.
Do you have one of those in my size?
I'm sure I could find a way. Perhaps if you have the right amount of coin, anything is possible.
My surcoat under my armor has been getting pretty stale. I could use a new first layer.
Of course. And you'd like to blemish this Eastern Corsathian silk with your spit stains instead of your undergarments. I am not one to ruin fine garments, but if that is your way, I can respect it.
Never mind.
I'm gonna slowly step in front of Gene and like kind of move Gene protectively behind me.
His top hat like pokes out from the side to side as he like tries to see past you, you know.
I'm gonna ask him what the most expensive thing he's carrying is.
Well, you do look the type that could afford it. Let's see. I have this, and he pulls out a blue steel-looking ring that has a white pearl in the shape of a ram's head on it. And he says, "This is probably one of my more expensive items. It just depends on what I can find, but as of right now, I think this is definitely one of them. It is a magical item, in fact. So it looks like this, except for that the band is more of a bluer color.
What does it do?
So it's the Ring of the Ram, so it essentially it produces a spectral ram's head that makes a +7 attack. And on a hit, you spend a charge, it takes 2d10 force damage, is pushed 5 feet away. You can also break an object with it instead, so you get up to 3 charges a day.
That requires attunement, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think I've got room, but if anybody else has room, that's probably better for anybody but me.
No, actually, that would be good for you because you could use it as like a backup in case anybody gets in your business.
Yeah, if somebody gets 5 feet in, up to you, you can push them back.
Yeah, you have room for attunement.
Yeah.
You only did you ever attune with the mithril snowshoes?
No, because those are silly.
Okay.
Perhaps you could do a reduced rate for my friend Jilsara.
Well, I mean, I've been known to bargain. What would you have in mind? I mean, it's like your friend, he did ask about it first. Have you any interest in it there, human?
No, I was more looking of something that didn't require attunement or something that was better than what I already have, which that's neither. Unless you have a armor of invulnerability.
Unfortunately, that is not something I've come across in my many travels. And my bones are getting old. If only I could find a young helper to keep me from having to struggle as much and put all the hurt on my back. I I feel I could continue working for a few more years yet before I try to find a nice cottage to retire to.
Webb starts going through his bag, and he says, "I don't think I've ever used this before. How much would you give me for this immovable rod?"
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I have about 10 of those. But I could give you, I don't know, 100 gold for it.
Let's see.
New, interesting colored elf. Did you want to perhaps purchase this interesting ram ring I have?
How much?
For you.
I'll tell Webb that I will buy the rod for 150 gold. If you want to trade, dude.
Yep, sounds good.
I could part with the ring here with the ram based on your friend, is talking good about you and saying that you'd use it well and that you deserved it. I could do it for a mere 3,500 gold. What do you think?
Ooh, seems steep.
Well, it's a mighty item.
What else?
Doesn't even match my eyes.
What else are you spending your gold on?
What about 3,000?
Roll a persuasion check. Let's find out.
I already rolled a 24 persuasion.
And he dropped it 1,500 gold.
Oh, what was it before? Was it 5,000?
Yeah, but he didn't say.
Oh.
So you don't know.
Well, I don't have very much.
I'll meet you in the middle at 3,250.
Deal. Let's do it. I'll go ahead and attune it and my boots because I think I only have the helm.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it.
Okay.
The quiver doesn't take attunement, does it?
Oh.
Ignore me.
Okay.
Once that trade is finished, I'm gonna open up my bag and pull out that full suit of armor and set it in front of him. Just straight out of my bag. And say, any interest in this?
Now that is a plate of armor. I like that. Plenty. I've not seen one of this make in some time. Where did you by chance come across it?
Oh, in one of my mini travels.
It does appear to be in pretty good condition. Would you take, say, 800 gold for it?
I don't know. What do you have on that cart that might be of interest? Perhaps we could just work out a trade.
It's hard for me to know what would be of interest to someone such as yourself, as I don't know many of your type. Is your hair actually on fire, or is that an illusion?
It's no illusion.
So your hair's on fire, then?
Sure. You've never met a Ganassi before.
Not one with fire hair as such as yours. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What would interest you? I mean, I see you wear a Morzanthian chain. Is that where you are from, mighty warrior?
I am. Good eye. You are well traveled.
I don't remember, Megan. Out of character. Is your suit full? Have you finished completing it?
That's actually a great question. Hold on. What does that say? Whole chain barbarian wrap. Yeah, I've got both pieces.
Okay. So I mean, that it is a mighty fine chain, but it does appear to be an older make of their ancestral chain. I have a lighter, newer version of it if you would like. It's not quite as durable, but it makes for easier movement. I could trade you that for that plate armor you have.
Yeah, what's the difference?
You just get a you get a +1 to dexterity with it as well. So it's the exact same. It's just smaller chains made of a lighter material. Armor class is still good on it. It's just that you also get a +1 to your dex mod, like your dex bonus. So you'd be at a 19, which doesn't really do anything for you.
Doesn't do anything for me, but when we get to the next ability improvement, it'll be nice. Sure, I'm not gonna do anything with this armor anyway.
Okay. So you trade it for that. Just put light Morzanthian chain whole body of dexterity or whatever you want to put it. It's fine.
Sure.
And you can fix it. Make sure you just maybe take some notes on what all the armor bonuses and stuff are on there because I didn't see any on there, and that's a struggle. Anyway, so it's always great to come here to the jungle to do business with the travelers that come through here. Was there anything else I could do for you? I was just finishing packing up when I noticed you arrived and thought maybe I would just see, if there's any business to be done before I hit the road.
Do you have any magic arrows?
You are an archer then. I can see that there by your mighty fine bow. It's a nice bow indeed. Not many bows I'll see with as many strings as yours holds. Now, you say magic arrows. Do you mean something perhaps that would add additional poison damage or fire damage or something along those lines would be something that you would consider magical? Is that enough, or are you asking for something ludicrous and out of the crazy?
Well, I mean, what do you have? Do you have ludicrous?
I really don't
Only
have much crazy things besides. I do have many arrows, but I don't have anything too insane. You can't shoot an arrow and cast a magic giant wall of fire or anything like that. But I have a few that do other interesting things.
Like
just
an arrow with a boxing glove on the end.
yeah, I don't have any of those. I have this arrow here that is actually unbreakable. I don't know if that would be of interest at all. It's an unbreakable arrow. I have some arrows that are just slightly well made. They'll fly quite a bit truer. They're 200 gold apiece, but I mean they are. There is an added modifier to them. And I have 5 of this one, but I don't know that you would want it as they're at least 5 grand per arrow.
What are they?
He pulls out like a wrapped up set of 5 arrows that just are completely straight and true. The arrow tips aren't even arrow tips. It's like the arrow tip has been built as part of the shaft, and it's just one stick. And you can see the feathers on them appear to be like not glowing, but like kind of a translucent-y, flowy feather material.
Where did you get these?
In my travels.
Very specific.
That's all any of us will say to each other.
Any other details on these arrows?
Yeah, I do also have this quiver full of arrows. If 5,000 apiece is too much for you, and they're only 100
There's
gold.
more details on those $5,000 arrows.
There's
5,000
not much more
gold.
not much more to say. They're just amazing and very nice, and I've seen them go for even more than 5 grand a piece. Just to do the
So
sheer
I
fact.
potentially not knowing how much it'd add to me.
You personally, in game, no. You know that they're real nice. So, like, you wouldn't know the numbers. I can tell you out of character, it's a +3 arrow,
That's cool.
but they're expensive, and that's I priced you the cheapest they could be, which is 501 actually. So he gave you a good deal on those if you chose to buy them. The walloping arrows, though, he also has available too. He has a pack of 20 and a quiver, and he can sell you those for 100 gold.
What are those?
They're called walloping arrows. So they require a DC 10 strength save from anybody hit with them, or be knocked prone.
That's cool.
They're not like
I'll take those.
really strong because it's just a DC 10, but
But if they fail, that's nice.
and then the unbreakable arrow cannot be broken unless it's within an anti-magic field. He has one of those.
Let's buy the 20.
Okay,
How much is the unbreakable arrow?
100 gold.
Okay.
The walloping arrows and the ring of the ram are in the party sheet for you, Kyle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's buy the 20 of the walloping and then the unbreakable for the 100. So 2,100.
And you had. Did you already take off the
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh man, guys, I wish that we'd gotten our winnings. I'm gonna spend all my money with this guy. Wish we'd stopped to pick those up.
Me too.
No reaction, Kelsey.
Say what? I think Megan might have actually missed it, but it just made it even funnier.
I did actually miss it. What happened?
Nothing.
Sarah
Not a damn
said-
thing.
Says too bad that we didn't stop somewhere and stop to get our winnings. That's too bad.
Oh, no. When he walked up, I told you I dispersed the bags.
Oh. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I did. Everybody got.
Cool.
I was like, oh yeah, and Von Terran gave us this when the merchant came up because I was like, money.
Okay.
Yeah, I did say that. I'm sorry that it.
Before we, are we still with the merchant?
Yeah, he's literally outside your parents' house, like his cart's packed, his donkey's hitched up. He saw you at the table and he came up to the door and said, "I'm sorry, I was about to leave. Did you guys want to buy anything from my store before I take off?" You know. And,
I'll just ask Mom how the rebuild's going.
oh, it's going pretty well. You know, Coppice be praised. We've been blessed. We've had some issues with bugbears to the south, but nothing your father hasn't been able to handle up to this point. He has been gone an extra bit longer than I was expecting him to be gone as of today. It's been 2 days longer than we had thought, but sometimes, you know, he tends to travel a bit farther and longer. I'm sure he's fine.
Well, before I go, I want to make sure you have everything you need, and if you don't, you can get it. So I'll give her a sack. It's got 3,000 gold in it.
Ah, yes. So the Temple of Coppice be praised. We shall build a grand monument to the Lord Coppice here in the prowling jungle with these funds. Son, you have done Coppice proud.
Don't spend it all. Don't spend it all on that, Mom.
It's a baby. Hi, it's a baby.
Someone's not going to sleep.
I get it. When Dungeons and Dragons is on, who could sleep? You know?
Who can sleep through
Who
that?
could sleep through that? She's cute. All right, so you don't buy anything else. You guys have done all that. Now you guys, he's like, unless anybody else wants anything, I'm gonna hit the road before it gets much darker. It's already almost noon. I'd like to get.
Wait, did he have the griffin armor or no?
He said he could, if the price is right, he could stick around another day and have it for you by this, maybe this evening or first thing tomorrow at the latest.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Oh, okay, that'll be 1,500 gold.
Okay. Wait, what
Can
kind of barding is it?
He's taking like horse barding, and he's gonna retrofit it to your griffin.
Yeah, but like, is it scale or plate or breastplate?
It's leather.
Leather? Okay.
The horse's one is. Do you want something? You want scale? Do you have any scales you could give him? He doesn't have them. He just needs material. He can do whatever.
No, I'm gonna skip it for now because 1,500 for leather doesn't seem worth it.
It's not. But he had to make it. It's homemade, so then it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Craftsmanship's part of it.
that's all right. I'll pass.
Oh, okay. So is he free to go, or does anybody want anything else? Potions, other stuff. He's got a cart full of things. It's pretty laden with things.
I mean, did he have any weapons?
Yeah, there's a bunch of weapons sticking out of his cart. Like he's got two-handed swords, single swords. He's got a couple flails. Got some whips. He's got a bunch of arrows, a bunch of bows, some spears. Like it's all around the edge. It's got some rolls of different javelins.
Does he have an oath bow?
An oath bow?
Yeah,
Do you even know what that is?
I do know what it is.
Well, you do, but would your character have any clue?
I mean, probably.
I mean, obviously he just asked for it, didn't he?
I mean, out of character, I wouldn't mind finding a +2 one-handed weapon.
A +2 one-handed weapon?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't really care what it is.
He doesn't have an oath bow on him. He is pretty sure that he can get one, but they're like 20 grand.
That's fun.
Do you want one?
Yep,
Do you have 20 grand?
I have 30 grand.
You have 30,000 gold?
Yep, we got 1,200 platinum alone.
Ooh, my lord.
That's 12,000 gold.
Yeah, and then let me see. Yeah, 1,200 platinum, 7,400 gold, 4,300 silver, and 6,000 copper. But yeah, it's should be 30 grand.
Can you even use a longbow?
No, I'm gonna give it to Josiah because it's much better than her current bow.
Is it?
Yeah. If she has to use that second attack as a bonus action, then yeah, it's a lot better.
And you give me 20,000 gold, and he'll have this for you by tomorrow.
Do you need healing potions?
Oh, for days.
I'll take a few of those.
Yeah, it looks like I only have 20,000 actually, but that's fine.
I mean, are you buying it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's do that. Let me. You want me to convert this up for you, or you got it?
Well, you want me to just grab it off the?
Or let's just start with this. There's 700 gold, or 700,000, or 7,000 gone, right? And it was 413 left. There you go. So now there's 13 grand left. This 12. There's 21 of those left. So now there's just 1,000. So that's this is 400. So you need 600 more gold, which leaves us with this, which leaves 200 more gold, which is this. So we're good. Okay, there you go. That's 20,000.
When do I get my bow?
I mean, he'll have it for you tomorrow. He's gonna have to stick around and figure that out for you. He said, "I'll have it for you by tomorrow. I just need this to get it." So he takes the 20 grand off you, and all of that stuff's in the party sheet for you, Mac. If you want to grab it and drag it to your intelligence page.
I will work on figuring out how to do that.
How much will he give me for her current bow?
Oh, were you trading that in too?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think she needs 2 bows.
You never know. When one breaks, it's easier to pull another one out than to restring it, which takes an action.
Yeah, I don't see her getting hit very often. What is it? Does it just break on its own? Like if she rolls nat ones?
Yeah, that's not nat.
She'll have advantage every time she shoots with the bow, so I highly doubt she's ever going to roll a nat 1 far enough away from web for that to happen.
I like your confidence, but you never know. You have so many arrows already, I think. Breakable arrows. Where's this stupid bow?
Did you put those healing potions in?
I have not put any in there, and I'm not planning on it because they go under actions. So you can buy however many of whatever you want, depending on what you guys are wanting to spend, like for healing potions.
Oh, I see it. Okay, cool. I just had some other random potions in my items. I thought that's where they went.
Okay. What were you guys wanting to spend?
On healing potions?
Mm-hmm.
So do I not have any, or do I have some? Since they're in
You have the 3 that are on your sheet.
Oh,
How much are they? I might take a couple.
Those are basically, he does those by book price. So you're looking at, I think, $50 for the small, $100 for the greater. I think it was 200 for the one after that, and then 500 for the one after that.
I'm just going to pass Jean like 3 potions of greater healing.
Just give them to him.
Yeah.
That'll work. I'll just stick those in my pack.
So yeah, don't actually put them in your pack. Like put them on your action tab. You know what I mean?
I just put them into the party sheet for you there, Jean.
What do you do? Actual potions? Because like we don't use actual potions. I mean, I guess you can throw them on there, but whatever's in your inventory doesn't matter. It's what's on your actions tab that matters.
Yeah, but you have to adjust that with what's in your inventory, right?
Yeah, you do. But like if you set what's in your inventory up as a dot on your action tab, you don't need to keep them in your inventory too. It's just asking for questions later. Like, well, I've got these ones in my inventory here, but you actually clicked off the action
Okay.
and you don't actually have them.
Fair.
The action tracks them. The items in your sheet don't track well. Okay. So this guy, he's good to go, huh?
Can we see what what'll take for the bow?
Oh, to sell the bow to him? I
Yeah.
was trying to find it on her sheet.
Yeah, you'll have to attune the oath though. Yeah. You're already wearing the boots of Elvenkind. You want to keep those.
Say, I'll give you 1,000 gold for it.
Oh, that's a crap offer.
No, it always is when you're selling back to a shop.
I'm not selling back anything. He's never seen this before.
Exactly. I mean, he'll give you 1,000 gold for it. It's not something he's very familiar with.
That's fine. He can keep his 1,000 gold.
A normal +1 longbow is between 100 and 500 gold, so that's a pretty fair
It's
deal.
enchanted.
So,
All right, we'll keep the bow then.
okay.
It has some sentimental value. Some brothers did some special stuff to it for me once.
Oh.
They put some cool engravings in it.
Well, if that is all the business you wish to conclude today, to have today, I mean, I should probably be on the road then, since you decided not to get the wonderful leather gear for your mighty steed, your mighty griffin.
I thought it was going to be like steel armor.
Everybody's done with this dude?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. I didn't know when we were going to finish with that fucking guy.
He just wouldn't leave.
He wouldn't leave. Okay. So, yeah, your mom's fine. She loves the $3,000. You guys bought a bunch of magic shit from this dude. He takes off on his cart hurriedly. And you're now in the Prowling Jungle. What is the plan? We've got 7 minutes, and that's it for the night. We basically have traveled around, avoided the guards in Summerside, and still have no idea what we're doing. So let's take the next 7.
Traveled the world.
Right. Well, let's take the next couple minutes just to discuss. You guys discuss amongst yourselves on the plan, so I can try and essentially learn something. You know.
Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a. I assume we're going to go to what was it, the capital? Of
Jubilee.
Jubilee. Is that where we're going to help out Vontarian?
I think that's the plan.
All right, I'm going to send it to the guy that I was talking to. Was it the prefect at the Temple of Perego?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell him to send the package he needed to give to me to Jubilee, to the dagger board in Jubilee, and have it addressed to me, so only I can claim it.
So you're gonna have him transport the package there.
Yeah.
Wasn't the original agreement.
Correct, but I mean, if he wants to respond and argue with me, then he can, but I don't think he will because he asked for a favor from me. So
I think that Magvaris is probably the most snotty cleric I've ever met. Because if he's asked me a favor, fuck that guy. There's no way he's gonna say anything back. Like, it's my way or the highway, ass. I'm Magvaris.
part of the setting spell. It's part of the setting spell is he's able to respond, I believe.
So funny. All right. So you send him the sending spell to tell him to send it to Jubilee to the dagger board there. That's fine. I'm sure the steward there will take whatever you have to look at it and make sure it's
So
fine.
you just told them that we're going to the Jubilee?
He did.
I mean, not to say the obvious, but do we want anyone that might get interrogated to know perhaps where you're headed? I have worries. I have concerns.
Okay,
And
I know.
I'm sure Calcine doesn't know that you did it.
I guess they don't have coffee in the Prowling Jungle, but how's the weed?
The weeds, the halfling leaf is super good. Are you kidding? That's why they're in the Prowling Jungle. This is where halfling leaf originated.
How do you think that jungle fire started?
Right. The hemp farm went up, and that was all bad, right? From there.
Roland is going to spend the rest of the day smoking.
Okay, I approve. Roland just gets super halfling lit. I feel that's a good plan of action. Okay, so Roland decides, screw the world. I can't get the barding I want. I'm gonna smoke myself dizzy with the halfling leaf. Magvarus goes sending stone style to his prefect counter cleric and tells him to send the package to Jubilee. Webb spends time with his family. Jean gets kidnapped by the old man.
Really doesn't.
Oh, hey there, little guy. Why don't you come on down to my basement and check these newspapers?
No,
I haven't seen my
I'm not
paper
playing
ball
this
for a few
scenario.
weeks.
All right. We're not doing that. This isn't Family Guy. So I just need to hear from Jean, Jilsara, and Calcine then, as far as like what they're doing right now, and then you guys need to talk amongst each other about what the plan is, and then we'll get off.
So Sarah's beat. She's gonna take a nap. She got woken up real early by Calcine coming in all crazy, ready to go travel.
Folded twice.
Go forward twice.
Okay.
I mean, the plan is to go to Jubilee next time, right?
The plan is to go to Jubilee to look for
Vontarian.
Vontarians. I don't know. He didn't say it, but somebody related to Vontarian.
Vontaria.
Right, I know her name. I just said she's
It's just
somehow
gonna be.
related.
It's just gonna be him in a dress.
Damn it, Max! Don't ruin things.
This should be.
Don't ruin things.
I'm gonna be so. Now it's turned into American Dad. It's gonna be Roger, isn't it?
We'll just keep it going through them.
So we don't even know that she's gonna be there when we get there.
Yeah, she's
got
either
the-
there or somewhere between there and traveling to Yendel was what you got.
Right.
So we might
which is,
have to track her down.
Yes. This might be work. So
See y'all at
what
Easter.
I'm going to
We're
do,
gonna find her at Easter.
I'm going to get my axe sharpened and get a few pointers on tracking from the halflings here that know a lot about tracking.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's his
Since we don't have a
sister.
ranger, I thought maybe it would
His
be fine to
sister.
study up.
Yeah,
His sister's a ranger.
Well,
Yeah. I'm gonna ask her for tips on how to track somebody, so maybe I can get a bonus or advantage or something.
So 6 foot whatever, Calcine walks over to 2 foot nothing halfling ranger Willow and says, "Hey, maybe you could show me a little bit about tracking." And she reaches her little scrawny hand, like little tiny pudgy fingers up and grabs you by the finger. Says, "Come on, let's go! I'd love to show you." And she starts talking about this leaf is that and this kind of flower. And she's like, and if the tree bark has been scratched, you could tell a bear's been there. And like she just starts going to different kinds, like, and then have you know what scat is? You know, like she starts like just getting into it, and it's like you get. I mean, you thought you were gonna have like maybe a 20-minute conversation, and instead you get the SpongeBob 3 hours later. You know, like, like, oh shoot, you know, like, but to be fair, she taught you some things, so you get advantage on your next survival check to track.
nice.
Just one?
Yeah.
Garbage. I mean, thanks.
And then I'll allow for history checks after the fact to remember something to get yourself advantage. How about that?
There you go.
First one's on me, the rest of them you got to fight for. What the fuck did she say about scat? You know what I mean? Like, when the willows blow east? I don't even know. Oh, no, damn. Oh, no, her name was Willow. Damn it. What was she saying? You know, like. But it was a good time. Okay, and then Mac, you said you were taking a nap. And then Jean. Quiet old Jean.
I'm going to be practicing with some rope in my mage hand and this immovable rod. Just basically, tying it to places, moving it around, getting used to its function. I might throw it a couple of times, see how far I can toss it. Just get some general information about using it.
The immovable rod, you're just going to toss it up and down and play around with it?
Yep.
Twist it and make it stay, and untwist it and make it move, things like that?
It looks like I'm a child playing with a toy, but I assure you, I am a professional wizard. This is scientific.
Okay, good.
And then I'm just like, whee, look at it go.
Puts it on a string and is playing it like a yo-yo. Immovable nothing. Alright, so that's cool. So that's what everybody's actually doing. But in character, real quick, at 11, let's just can you guys just talk about what you want to do besides? I know we said, well, we're going to go to Jubilee and find Vontaria. Fair enough. But, like, what else? Like, what's the plan? Like, you guys are on the run-ish.
I mean, do we know what she looks like? Do we know how to find her?
Max
Yeah,
told you
that's-
what she looks
that's all-
like.
That's all
Yeah.
the information that I mean, I kind of thought we were talking about it.
Okay.
We
I
did.
mean, if you know
Thanks.
where to go, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But,
He said to ask at her estate. Is that right?
Yeah, we have to go to her estate. I got a letter with his seal on it. We probably wouldn't it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to be extra cautious and
yeah, for sure.
watch where we're going and keep an eye out for
I mean, I
that
can
are
get
hunting
us.
us.
I can disguise us all, so that's not a huge issue.
Not sure how you disguise fire here, but I could.
Oh, I can certainly do it.
Yeah, there's a.
I guess.
Dampener.
Yeah.
Not
You
putting
should
out my
you should
light.
know from your tracking with Willow that we can just put scat in there.
Not a chance.
Before Webb
Yeah.
goes to bed, he'll cast Sending just to check on his dad to see if he's okay.
Oh, okay. So you're going to cast a spell Sending to see how he's doing?
Yep. I'll just let him know I'm back home with Mom. She's a little worried.
And
Checking
remind me, can he respond?
Yes.
Okay. So you send to him, and he says, Webb, thank God. Bugbears. South of the river. Dying. I'm the only one left. Hurry.
Ah, shit.
Side quest.
Great
man.
news.
It's never ending.
Side quest.
And so then we'll pick up there. It sounds like Webb's going to insist on saving Dad from the Bugbear Horde. So we can do that, and then you guys can do all your teleporting over to find Vontaria. Does it sound good?
Mom?
Sounds good.
All right. Good game, guys. Thanks for playing. I know it was a little wild. I got to get some of my other computer stuff onto this computer so I can pull it up when I need it, because it's frustrating when I try to find something that's on a different computer.
You did
All
great.
right.
Things are a good game.
Yeah, nice work, guys. We didn't get to use much of the sounds.
That's okay. We got more role playing done.
I know, we
Use
did
sounds
a
and
lot of-
voices.
Lots of role playing tonight, which is good. We don't always have to have combat. You know, when you're playing D&D, it can be one or either way, right? But cool. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. If you did, make sure you come back and check us out on Wednesday for Case of the Wednesday Dungeons and Dragons. Now also airing from 9 to 11 EST in the evening. And then Fridays, my buddy Jacob runs Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon, which is All Dirty Diver 2021, 9 to midnight. You'll see Eric playing in that game. I occasionally make an appearance. Follow me on TikTok, DMTBI317. Eventually we'll do one-shot TikTok Dungeons and Dragons, which is going to be random adventurers playing one-shots with me or Eric or whoever decides to be the DM that night. Otherwise, have a good evening, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.